Hey, the Spirit Whale Contest, no rules, any style, drawing on 15 July. So here's a quick carve just to get you in the mood. A little bit of river action going on down there. So the Spirit Whale Contest, once again, no rules, any style. The drawing will be held on 15 July. Now we're going to do a couple different categories, amateurs and the group that I'll put out here later, which are not necessarily professionals, but we have a channel presence and that sort of thing. So there's a piece of basswood in the background. There's a chunk that I cut off, and it would appear, hey, Rob, just carved Rob, good morning. Hey, what I need, man, I need your address, but I ordered too big of bandsaw blades. So I got new ones ordered this morning, but I'm going to send you a box of basswood. So this is kind of a concept. This may or may not be the one that I add into this. I got a surprise coming with him. I'm going to carve 2 or 3 different ones, and then you'll see which one gets in there, and I'll probably give them all away. I have no use for them, so I'm just drawing a rough whale. I'm trying to be sort of cartoony yet not cartoony. Does that make sense? And I want him to have that big jaw there. I'm not using a reference. I'm just kind of faking it here. So we'd have a little hump fin in the back, that kind of stuff. Now I'm only going to do one side of him, so you'll see just the one side. Hey, shout out to Jordy Johnson over at Carving Fusion. Jordy's doing some great stuff. Hey, I dig the dye stuff, man. Good stuff. Hey, I got a new pup when we went out west here a couple weeks ago. I got a blue heeler pup, and her name's Molly, and she's a lot of fun. You'll see a little bit of her at the end. So center lines, I didn't show you the bandsaw portion on that, but I took that blank over, and yep, that's what we call it when before it's done, is a blank. And now I'm putting in the center reference lines, and you can notice that I kind of gave him a little bit of a curve, and then his tail will not be straight. So if you want to make a static carving, I call them granny fanny pants with the granny bent over with their bloomers in the garden on cut out of plywood. If you want to do that, that's cool, but that's not carving. So what we do is we give that a little bit of static, take away the static, and then some motion. So here's one of my hand tools, and just going to give you a quick reference here. You can use gouges. This is one of my favorites. What I showed you on that was I bought that in Germany at a Trotel Mart or flea market, that sort of thing, and I've used it for years. It works well with hand pressure. It also works with a little rubber mallet. The noise you hear in the background is Melly, the pup, and she has a bone, a little knuckle bone, and she's working it all over the floor. So you can do this by hand, and you'd start, and you can see just the pressure. It's very relaxing. I'm not going to, just for the sake of production here. I will switch to power carving because this is primary power carving. Someday, who knows, I may get the studio set, when the studio gets rebuilt from the fire. I'll probably set up a carving bench that I can secure a big piece to, and then I'll show you how to work these tools professionally. So it looks like we've got a bunch of folks. We got Jordy Johnson. Carving Fusion is going to jump into this. Just Carve Rob's going to jump into it. Matt Carves down in New Zealand is going to jump into this. We got Wood Psyche out on the West Coast is doing one in the professional. And you got check the links out below on these guys, and then these two especially. Wood Psyche, just like it sounds with the underline. There's a link down below, and then second to that is BAP. I Can Carve over there in Ireland. BAP's going to carve one. We're going to keep some of these folks that are overseas, Matt and BAP and those guys, to kind of a local thing. So if you're in Britain or Australia or New Zealand or somewhere along those lines, when you let me know if you want to enter the contest, that you're in the drawing for those guys stuff. If not, we'll figure out a way to get that where it needs to go. So anywho, July 15th, I'm going to do 2 or 3 of these. This one I've got a special idea in mind, so all you're going to get is what I show you in this video here. And I'm only going to carve one side. See, the back side of that thing is not going to get carved because I intend to lay him down on his side. Hard to describe the angle, but you'll see when it comes up. Always good to have a little bit of mystery involved. So I'm drawing it in, the lip, the upper lip. I want this guy to have kind of a big, kind of like a sperm whale with that big old jaw. I wanted to put the eye in the middle, and the eye on this, I set it up. It's hard to tell till you get to the end, but it's set up so the eye is actually closed. And that will come in with the design element at a later video. So the contest is open to anyone. Send me a clip of it, a photo of it, whatever, and I'll put the email below. But studioonthelake88 at gmail.com and studioonthelake88 at gmail.com. So I'm not going to show you a whole bunch of this. I switched in the middle to my power carver, and that's got right now has a round saber tooth burr on it. Not a whole lot of explanation and teaching going on here. Um, that's in my Oz 2 Plus. Runs 40 to 50,000. I keep it at 40. No need because most of these burrs, when you look at them, even the cuts all burrs, they don't recommend going below above 20,000 RPM. And as you know, we routinely run these things at 40, give or take. Most of these handpieces are rated at 40. I think they might get 30. I've never got into the technical too deep on it. So there he is, roughed out. And again, I'm not going to show you a whole bunch of carving on this, so we're skipping ahead. That's what he's going to end up looking like. And I do take that eye out a little bit. The eye looks like it's open now. But there's a lot of hand finishing because I'm going to put some gesso on this guy and spray him with Jocelyn paints. And I'm going to do a little bit of airbrushing. I'll film that for you later on this guy. So there's how he's going to end up. And I just did carve the one side. So he's going to be laid over on his side. So that's the contest. We're going to try to get you guys that are not professional carvers. And a bunch of people wanted to get in on that. Everybody's welcome to get in on that. I've got several projects going on now. This is 62 Yellowstone camper, which was we bought gutted, and I'm refurbing the interior. Of course, there's the Stuga where the action's going on. You can see a light inside the camper there. Um, this is going to be fun because I don't have enough projects to do with rebuilding the studio and getting the camper up and going. All the pieces and parts of this have been ordered. There is a separate channel. There's a link down below, and it's will be restoration of this 1962 Yellowstone camper, and it's really great fun. It's going to be pretty simple. Here's an addition to the family. Um, Someone asked about Groot. Groot passed away almost a year ago. Um, he just laid down, 6 years old, laid down beside the bed and passed away. Augie he was a rescue pup. We had him for a year, and he just had too many weird diseases coming from Texas. So we got Molly there going. Hey, this has been Ben. Thanks a lot. Subscribe, click like.